Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. So have you ever seen those satisfying clean with me videos? Well, today is going to be hopefully a satisfying weed with me video. So for those of you who don't know, I had surgery on my foot like right when the garden season was getting into the swing of things, and I couldn't walk for 3 weeks. So that put me like pretty much a whole month behind in a growing season, and I live in Zone 3, northern Minnesota, so we have a very short growing season. So I feel like I got gypped out a little bit. But because of that, I'm just behind on everything. I've just been trying to focus on planting things, getting things in the ground, so my weeding has gotten a little slack. So we're gonna be weeding, but first I just kind of wanted to show you something. Oh, you can see her in the background. A few videos ago, I planted David Austin roses, and my Princess Alexander of Kent is blooming, and it's gorgeous. I do plan on doing a garden tour, like a July garden tour. My plan was to do one every month once the garden season got into the swing of things, and I just, with everything that happened, didn't get it done. But there's like a few things that are almost blooming that I just want to wait for. They'll probably need like another week and a half to really get in their full glory, so I'm gonna wait. But I want to show you my David Austin rose. What? Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Princess Alexander of Kent. She's gorgeous. She smells lovely. I have several others that are about to get there. I don't know if this bloom is going to open. Nope. So she suffered when I planted her. I didn't check the weather, and like 3 days after I planted her, we were up in the 90s, which never happens here, of course. So some of the buds that she had dried up, but I'm so happy. Yeah, so occasionally in like August or end of July, we would hit the 80s, high 80s, maybe 90 like once, and we've already hit it so many times. This is crazy for northern Minnesota. I can't say I'm a huge fan of the heat, and considering we've had so much heat, I feel like everything's just taking so long in the garden to get going. It's very strange year. Normally where I live, we would get rain all the time. So like last year, I think I watered the garden like 3 times once things once things were planted. I think we watered the garden maybe 3 to 5 times, like very little, because the rain took care of the rest. You know, you'd get rain all the time. Worked out perfectly at nighttime, so then during the day we could still garden. This year, not like that. Not like that. We've still got more rain than a lot of people, and I'm very thankful. But dang, we don't have any irrigation, and it takes me like 3 hours every day to water the whole garden, and then there goes my time. So anyways, let me show you what we're weeding. Please don't judge. I'm behind, I'm sorry. Okay, this is my cut flower garden. I've been so busy, I haven't even had time to take care of the containers and trays and flats. Okay, I call this my cut flower garden, but we have a whole section of peppers. Everything else is flowers. Everything I transplanted, I've been keeping up with the weeds a little bit better. Here's my ranunculus. We got some beautiful blooms. Need to make some arrangements. Look, it kind of looks like a David Austin rose. I have a potato, volunteer potato, I'm just leaving. So for the most part, my transplants, I've been keeping up with the weeds fairly okay. There's still some scattered throughout. Everything that I direct sowed before my surgery, absolute disaster. Like, you can't even, oh my gosh. This was not open yesterday. Okay, my first dahlia. This is a floret seedling dahlia that I planted last year, and I saved the tubers. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh, there's so many. Okay, I pinched about half my dahlias. I know you're supposed to pinch all of them, but again, we have such a short growing season. If I can get dahlias early on half of my plants, I will. There's buds everywhere. But that one, it was so close yesterday, and I figured it would need another 2 to 3 days. But look, it popped open in one day. Mosquito. That's lovely. But anyways, so I'm going to focus on weeding. This is Cosmos with some volunteer sunflowers. You know, my volunteer sunflowers that the birds plant do way better than any of the sunflowers that I plant. Like, look how strong and sturdy, thin and spindly. I don't understand. So weed, I have 2 rows of sunflowers. Cosmos right here. Dahlias are pretty good. I need to weed a little bit around the bottom. Zinnias. I planted zinnias there. This is a row I transplanted, so it's doing pretty good. I can see I just kind of started ripping out weeds yesterday when I was watering. Gladiolus need lots of attention. And my garlic is very sad. So, and then we have just a few little weeds over there. I follow Dude Gardens on Instagram. I think that's how you say it, Dude Gardens. I can't get over how beautiful that is. And she talked about this hoe. It's called a stirrup hoe, and it's fabulous for getting the little weeds when they're first coming up, and it's made a world of a difference to kind of weed around my transplants. But once the weeds get too big, it doesn't work as well. So let me show you what I do around the transplants and how I've been keeping up with them. So how this works, if you see, you know, these little weeds that are just coming up around the transplants and stuff, I just take this, literally it just roughs it up, gets it root and all, and I don't even pick up the weeds. You know, if there's a bigger one like this one, you can pick that up. I'll throw it in my weed bucket. But otherwise, it's gonna be so hot the next few days, all the weeds just kind of shrivel up. And it makes it so fast and so easy. But you have to catch the weeds early. So like over here, even right here in my pathway, if you try to use this, it kind of works, but you can see all the weeds are just breaking off at the surface. So those, I need to go in and just hand pull the big ones. I'm gonna start hand pulling first because all my zinnias and cosmos are getting choked out, and then I'll go through with this. So let's get weeding. Okay, you guys, done weeding for the day. Didn't quite get as much done as I was hoping, but I made a good start. Here's my gladiolus that you can now see. I tried to focus on things that were in dire need and getting choked out. So there's my glads. I did kind of get into a weeding zone and I ripped like 3 of them up, but most of them are good. And then my zinnias. Now, they have been getting choked out by the weeds, haven't seen the light of day for a long time, so they're kind of thin, really spindly. I'm hoping they'll be fine. It is supposed to get pretty warm today, but it's supposed to be overcast, so hopefully they won't fry. I did have a few cosmos that self-seeded from last year that I am just leaving. There's another one. So yeah, a good start, a good start. And then to explain these empty boxes, we have grapes. So on the first arbor, I have a clematis on either side, and then we have 1, 2, we have a third arbor, just need to set up and more raised beds that will go there. So we can plant grapes and then just other flowers in the raised beds. But you can see I planted some flowers before placing the raised beds. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of, there's my peppers planted in the raised bed. So this is just kind of the setup season. Don't know if we will fill those or not. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye.